Hey, welcome to this Command Modern Air Naval Operations gameplay video. If you love modern battle simulations, then don't miss a minute of what's coming up. Hey, welcome. It's time to play some Command Modern Air Naval Operations. And today we're going to hit our last strike tutorial. So what do you say we jump in and get going? Hopefully we'll have a little better luck this time with the interface than I did last time. That was, we have thunder in Las Vegas. That was a little odd. I learned something from that interface problem. We'll be a little more careful about how I move around. Okay, strike tutorial number 6, dodging a bullet. Okay, folks, we're going to start getting a little more difficult. You may lose an aircraft or two in this one. It may take some time to master it. Fine, you're facing, let's say, 10 battalion, not an easy thing to do. So it says you run this scenario 3 times. Run 1, cruise missiles alone. Run 2, coordinated attack with lots of resources. This is the real tutorial. And run 3, leave the bombers at home and challenge yourself. Maybe. I don't know. I'll tell you what. We'll certainly do 1 and 2. Will depend on how I'm feeling at the end of number 2. We'll see whether I want to do run number 3. So let's go ahead and load it. Okay, I got to tell you, every time, print this. I've got a printed copy sitting right here with me. It's well worth it. And we're not going to get too deeply into that. Let's just jump in. And while we're jumping in, hey, if you haven't subscribed, why haven't you? Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you'll know when I've posted another video. Like and share, and most especially leave me a comment. Whoa, lots of thunder. I don't know. I can't imagine you can't hear that. Come on, give me the relief layer. There we go. Oh, there we go. We got it to refresh. And we're going to leave the latlons. Well, let's go ahead and turn the latlon on. Okay, well, the first one through is pretty simple. We're just going to jump into fighting it again. We're just going to select that. We're going to jump into the mission editor. We're going to create a new mission. We're going to call it Run Number 1 Cruise Missile Strike. Okay, this boom, boom, boom. It just never thunders like this out here. I feel like I'm back in Louisiana. Okay, so now we've got the strike mission ready to go. We're not going to mess with any of this. It's just going to launch right off. We are going to take the Badgers, and they're very cool. We'll take a look at that in a minute. They're very cool cruise missiles. Let's select all of those. Let's see if we can. Oh, let's just target the tarmac. And yeah, let's just target the tarmac. Remove the selected guys. Let's ready all the aircraft. But let's take a moment now to take a look at what we're playing with there. Got a bunch of Chinese birds. Su-27 variants. That's actually a MiG-19 variant. And some offensive ECM. And the guys were about to launch. And I'll have to move that in here. So we're launching the KD-63, YJ6, whatever, J63. That's just great fun. Let me see, they can be launched from 3,000 feet to 55,000 feet. I believe they do terrain following. Guidance, inertial, data link, mid-course plus passive terminal. Terrain following, there it is. They do terrain following. So this ought to be interesting. Let's go ahead, turn up the speed, get those birds in the air. All right. Yeah, it's an interesting day in Las Vegas when you have this much lightning and thunder. Been here 2 years and I have not heard this before. I am amazed. All right, that should be one of our aircraft. Okay. Yep, there we go. I'm not sure why those three went that way and this guy went this way, but there they are. And the weapons are on their way. Let's all right, let's pause. It actually sounds like it's raining outside, which means down at the strip things are going to flood. If you understand anything about this town, I live way up the hill. There ain't no dirt between here and there. The water just goes straight down there. And you get a quarter inch of rain and the place goes nuts. All right, let's watch these guys. Let's watch them follow. Whoa, whoa, a little slower. Let's watch them follow the terrain. You can see they're at 106.86. They're getting real close to some peaks. That's kind of cool. All right, just keep going. And we can give them a few seconds speed up. And then zoom in. Doesn't look like there's much in the way of defense right now, but when they get close, I suspect we'll start seeing. See, there's 200 feet off the ground, so it looks like that. Aha, there's something over here. Look at that. Let's go to 1 second. Yeah, there's some defenses that we don't have. I'm gonna do a screenshot that we don't have a good picture of firing at those weapons. Ooh. Okay, that weapon hit. And if you take a look, we do have this information. 37 millimeter 63 twin burst, 20 rounds. So there's some medium AAA in the area trying to stop us from getting in here. But there's some more. Looks like all 37 millimeter. And not all these weapons get through. Ah, that laggard airplane that one was behind has launched 4 late. That's what we're seeing here. All right. Now I'm just curious. Let's pause. Malfunctioned. Malfunctioned. Hit. Any of these AAA hit? I see a lot of misses. Looks like there's a couple of hits. I don't see the AAA having accomplished much of anything. There's a hit. Huh. There's a hit. There's a hit. That one malfunctioned. So, take a look at our results. Losses and expectations. We killed 9 Eurofighters for 16 cruise missiles. And they fired 7 SA-710s, which I did not see, and 116 37 millimeter twin burst of 20 rounds. Well, all things considered, that wasn't a whole lot of damage. We're not going to shut the base down with cruise missile fire. Okay, well, in that case, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pause. I'm going to get everything set up, and we'll get back after it in just a moment. Well, okay, it's time to play this one again, this time with all the toys. Uh, Although it's only been a few moments from the point of view of you, the viewer, it has actually been several days. Over that time, I have played this a bunch and have come up with a plan that varies significantly from the way the scenario instructions tell you to get it done. And I've done it because, quite honestly, I'm not fast enough to play it the way the scenario instructions suggest, which is go ahead and just throw the airplanes up and manage them. Inevitably, I get behind the curve, and here's the thing. At 11:06:28, if the runways here are not shut down, or if the dozen or so Typhoons that are there are not destroyed, they're going to jump up in the air and shoot things down. And it's ugly. It's not fun. So, what I have done, I have constructed more than a few missions. Let's jump in the mission editor and take a look. I have an Airborne Early Warning mission, and you can see right there. In fact, let's take this off to the other monitor and go through it some things easily. I have an electronic intelligence mission, which is here. That'll be their orbit area, and I have an electronic warfare mission, which is just behind this ridge here. It's kind of a mess, ain't it? Oh, leave it alone. Now, the other areas you see are a variety of loiter areas, for any lack of a better term. Two badgers will be loitering in this area. Two badgers will be loitering in that area. Up there with their great big cruise missiles ready to pound things. Um, Down in here, there are two loiter areas. This one is where the recon birds will go and hang out and wait for their turn. This one and there. I'll play with that a little bit. This one is where the strike birds that are launched right at the front end are heading for, although they'll probably be unassigned from their mission long before they get there, but that'll drive them in the direction I want them to go. So real quick, let's go back and look at the missions that are scheduled. Again, the Badgers, there's their area they're assigned. Here's a launch time, 10:08:26, 10:08:26. The first strike that of any consequence is this. It's the Glide Bomb 1. Truth is, it's just Glide Bomb. Let's go ahead and change that name. It's four Su-27s with extended range, 1,000-pound HE glide bombs, and their job is to fly into this vicinity and fling, look at it again, weapons at these four tarmac spaces. I just picked the first four. Since I'm trying to kill the aircraft out there, I figured, what the heck, let's drop some bombs into these areas. Maybe we'll get lucky since we technically don't know where the aircraft are. I know where they are. I've seen them a dozen times now. But tarmac space 1 through 4. The idea is they're going to get it right about in here. That's going to stir up the defenses. There's a radar out here. There's another radar out here. And there's an SA-10 somewhere in here. We don't know that yet, but I know that. So this will, again, stir up the defenses and help us locate through the use of the Airborne Early Warning here, the electronic intelligence mission, which is in there, and eyeballs from these guys and anything else that sees that radar light up and the missiles come streaming out. At that point, this mission should be in position or very close to being in a position to start launching a bunch of these Krypton Cs, which are the anti-radiation missiles. What I hope will happen, what I have been seeing happen over and over again, is that the SA-10 battery will go ape and fling piles of weapons at the glide bombs. It gets some or all of them. Somewhere along the line, it'll see these arms coming down the pipe through here, and it will fling a bunch more at them. With any luck, it will exhaust its weapons, and it's got a fairly long reload time. I think it's 720 minutes. I don't know. It's a long time. I looked at it in the database. Um, Either fling all of them, or if it doesn't, at some point we're hoping that since I'm going to launch at least 8 of those Kryptons, several of them will hit and seriously degrade and perhaps shut down the site. Now, at that point, the Badgers will fling great big cruise missiles at them, which will kill the site. I think I could do without them. Typically, the arms get them, and it's out of the game. The other thing will happen is that those these Krypton armed Su-27s will take a couple of shots at the other radar sites and completely blind the defenses that are in this area so that they have nothing but their local sensors. There are significant defenses here that are not shown. If you remember from the first video, we actually saw what was, I think, 37 millimeter fire at the cruise missiles coming in. So now we have the cruise missiles, a couple of them crashing in from this side, and we'll see interesting behavior from the Badgers. And once that SA-10 is degraded or shut down, we'll launch a recon mission through here to see what's up. The most important thing we can find out are where are the defenses in here. My experience is it will see at least half, usually 3/4 to all of the defenses. Actually, all is unusual. So it'll see 60-80% of the defenses in here with one pass, which is kind of scary. That's why we'll have a second recon bird that we will fling in that direction and probably sending them in low and fast. And I lose them all the time doing that. But sending him in low and fast, he will see everything and probably get shot down. But that will clear the way for the strikers, which are this group of fancy MiG-19s with Durandal copies, which are anti-runway weapons. 8 birds trying to shut the runways down. If we can shut the runways down, then it doesn't matter if the Eurofighters survive. However, we're sending these guys in, and they will hit the tarmac spaces. Now, they only have 8 weapons, I do believe. I think there's 2 each on these things. There's only 8 weapons. There's a whole lot more than 8 tarmac spaces. Right now, they're targeting all of them. As soon as we get an indication which tarmac spaces on the airbase are occupied, and we'll get that maybe from the recon bird early. Maybe I've seen them be able to spot that when they cross this ridge. As soon as that happens, those guys launch. It's a close run thing every time, a very close run thing. And if you blow it, you get shot down a bunch. What I'm going to resist doing, I hope, you can make it very simple. You can pound that base with cruise missiles and just, we've got 8 of them. I'll have at least, we've got more than, yeah, we've got 8 of them. I'll have at least 4 left after shooting at the at the SA-10s, we could pound them with cruise missiles too. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. Right now, I've been chatting far too long. What do you say we get after making it happen? So let's speed up to 30 seconds and go. And there's launches. And we're seeing targeting vectors already. What we're seeing, those green lines, this is the anti-radiation guys. They're saying, hey, I see targets. And this is the laser-guided bomb guys. I'll take that back, the glide bomb guys. And they've got the targets assigned. So let's run it till these guys get to about here. Okay, all right. Oh, I almost missed it. Let's not screw this up. Take down to 5 seconds. I've already seen this launch has happened. And I'm very carefully zooming in so I don't lose control of the interface. Yeah, those are the weapons. They're gone. This is a single flight. I do believe I have that set. Right. That's a single flight. We will need to unassign them from their mission so we can grab them and get some micro control. So we hit U, F3 to tell them where to go. Run them down into here. Hit escape to get loose. F2. Cruise is okay. Go to 1,000 feet, low altitude. At this point, you can pretty much bet that the SA-10s are going to light up. So let's watch it happen at 5 seconds speed. Here it is. We've got a SAM launch. We're going to have a lot of really irritating sirens here for a little bit. Here they come. All right, right now we see that this area is where we think the SA-10s are. This guy is approaching. There's the outer radius of his ground weapons. And that should be the outer radius, right? Right, so there's our recon birds in place. There's the what are the Badgers, right? In place. These Badgers are almost in place, doesn't matter. The Elant bird, the Jammer is heading. He hasn't gotten there yet. He's kind of slow. And the AWACS bird is in place. Everything is together up to now. We just got to get these things shut down. So let's go. Okay, all right, we just got happy. This flight, Hook 69 has just cut loose on the SA-10s. This guy ought to, in fact, I suspect that this guy will launch all of them. Let's watch. Okay, we got 4. I'm going to wait till we get 8. That should be 6. Assuming that some of them aren't going that way. Let's see, is that radar? It's almost in range. It'd be okay, but he'll launch, well, it doesn't matter. Let's see what happens. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, this flight needs to be unassigned from its mission. Now, he's out of arms, but we're going to keep him around. I guess it's possible that, if we could get into air-to-air fights. Hope not. I've never won one. Not in this. Let's send him here. F2. I want him down low and on loiter. is he doesn't have weapons left. Right. This guy, I want him. One, I want to unassign him because I want to micro his fight at this point. So let's unassign him. And let's go ahead and fling him over here where we can keep track of him. F3, escape. F2, down to 2,000 feet. That ought to be low enough. Elevation in here is between around 3,000, 3,500 feet. That's down here. You can see it here. Yeah, 2,000 feet ought to keep him out of trouble. And F2 to cruise. Now, we need to watch all the fun as the SA-10 attempts to defend itself. The other thing we can do right now that I think about it, that's the ELINT flight. Okay, got him. Let's go ahead and fling a couple of cruise missiles just for, well, just to stay in the spirit of the original instructions, which actually suggested you play a third way without these guys. If I didn't fire one and I have a reasonable day, I'll beat them with what is already out here. Well, what I'm already playing with. These guys aren't really necessary, but let's do it just because it's kind of cool. And one, and okay, so now there's 4 cruise missiles will be launched. It'll take a while, and we'll see some really interesting behavior because these guys like to follow along, giving them guidance as they go, which I think is odd, but there you go. Okay, now we're seeing the targeting vectors from these guys. And this guy is punching up SAMs. Notice they're heading this way. They're trying to catch these guys. And right on schedule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be about a quarter of his unit of fire. Okay. Whoa, right? I did count right. 6. So he's punched 6 at these 4 weapons. While these guys come screaming in. And they're going fast, 2,000 knots. All right, they got at least one of those. And more launches. 3 more against them. Pretty soon ought to be these guys. Oh yeah, he's excited now. He got 2 of them. He's still launching at these guys when he ought to be focusing on these. Oh, he did better than average. All right, we got a couple of hits. And we got a couple of hits here. Now the question is this guy still in the game? Well, he won't be. It'll take a long time for these guys to putz along at 450 knots to get there. But just in case, let's take a look at this. This guy will tell us something. Shift F1. I think he's still radiating because this guy is able to fire at him. So let's punch up. In fact, let's not be cheap. Let's punch up 4 more from these guys. And once they've got those off, come on now, you can do it. All right, did I do something wrong? I've been known to do something wrong before. 1. Well, I'm not rightly sure. I see that they're allocated properly. Why haven't they fired? Let's deallocate just to be sure, that I make sure I haven't done something completely screwed up. And all of a sudden he's not, you know what's happened? He's no longer radiating. Okay, fine. That's cool. Then we will do Shift F1. Punch up a couple against him. You can click on this and add him, which is just awesome. Something else I learned playing with it. Allocate 2 against him. And there they go. Okay. Let's find the flight leader. Micro our way out of this. There he is. Now I gotta do not have the flight leader. I do now. Okay. Do. F3. Go back there. And they're doing their thing. All right. Now we're already down to right on a half hour left to play this. I hope I haven't been talking more than I should and got myself in a time crack. So what we'll do is unassign him from that loitering mission. Tell him I need him to rock right through there and off in that direction, and then come back. And I need him to do that rather quickly. Okay, that's Recon 1. Is Recon 2 in the area yet? Where is Recon 2? There he is. He's just kind of moping along. I should have launched him sooner. Unassign. F2. Light him up. F3. I want you to go to there. Through there. Around this way. All right, we'll adjust that. I'm trying to get him there fast. When he gets up in the area, we're going to put him in business. Now, the next thing to do, we're going to assume that we've done good and won prizes because it takes a while to get these guys up there. We cannot wait. If I've made any mistake here, it could be that this guy is not ready. They're not ready to go. We're going to make them active right now. And they should start sorting themselves out and getting off the ground here shortly. Oops. God almighty. The problem with the interface is that you zoom with the mouse wheel. So if your mouse wheel is kind of rolly like mine is, it's hard to control how much you zoom. And then it zooms where the mouse is. So it's kind of goofy, but it is what it is. Let's go. Okay, here comes Recon Bird. When he gets a stink, in fact, we could look here now. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, I may have made a mistake. This is where the aircraft are. Mission editor. Is he still? Yeah, he's still able to be edited. Thank you. Sting that out of here. We got aircraft on tarmac space 1, 4, 5, and 11. That's not so hot. 1, 4, 5, and 11. So let's select all of this. So 1, 4, 5, 11. Remove selected. And that ought to make the laser guided bomb armed guys happy. Okay. So they know what to hit now. And we're off. And come on, take out the boom, 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 boom. Okay, we used more than we needed to, but that beats not having enough. All right, here are the guys with our extended range bombs, the glide bombs. We're going to need them shortly. How many do they have left? Shift F1. Let's act like they're attacking something. Up, I didn't select the gotta go select the flight. One way or the other, that'll do it, right? Shift F1. Right there. Right there. What? There's only 3 of them? Looks like we have 8 left. Did I lose one of those guys? Game moves fast. It's easy to lose track. No, I haven't lost him. I've killed 2 SA-10s. They've shot 24 missiles. I've used 8 of those. 12 out of the... Yep, okay, that's all good. I wonder where the other... There he is. I think if I select that and do the... Let's I'm doing this to... It's just for clarity's sake. And once again, I only see one. We'll take care of that in a minute. Right now, we got to wait for this guy to go in here because the important thing is, in fact, the important thing is these guys start moving in that direction. F2, start climbing out. There they go. Now let's get in here and watch the recon guy do his thing. Any second now. All right. We see 4 defensive installations. Take my word for it, there's more than that. But we can only attack what we can see. So am I still in switch to group view? Somehow that changed. That's why I was having such a problem with this thing. Okay, the interface is just fascinating. Now I've got the group selected and we can do Shift F1, 49, 50. Let's target 49. 2 of them have birds left. This is very nice. We shift click, shift click, shift click, shift click, add selected, and now we can start allocating weapons. That's very nice. That bird shoots 1 at 48, shoots 1 at 49. This bird shoots 1 at 50. Again, this bird shoots 1 at 51. They're already at altitude. They're already in range. And here comes our victim, who's really going to get in there and tell us everything we need to know about. The other thing I haven't looked at, are these guys off the ground yet? Apparently not. But looks like any second now. Oh, I think some of them are up. These guys are up. So that's happening. We're going to need to go adjust them in a second. We're going to do some micro. Here's this guy guiding this guy and this guy, which I find fascinating. I'm not sure. Okay, we do have a strike in the air because we see that targeting vector. Let's go back there. They're just a little bit too slow for my taste. So I'm going to tell them I want them to go to military to get effect. Can they? I don't know if they can afford to go afterburner all that way. They might not make it. That's one of the Durandal armed strikes. Okay. And you learn the interface. Eventually you get it under control. Right, we just got more certain about that. Sam. There's another one of our strikes in the air. Here come the glide bombs. Here comes that recon bird. I'm going to have to play with him in a second. Now we are seriously microing now. And F2, go to military. Right. And when the third strike launches, I'll do that again. Well, this is kind of cheesy, but let's go ahead and see if we can tempt this other site in here to come after this guy. F2, down to 12,000 feet, and rock. He's just boogieing by. Oh, this is not very good. One, he didn't get shot at, which is disappointing. Two, this guy is still in the game. We got to do something about that. That other strike is 4 seconds away from launching. And we got to get this guy's here. We're going to have some issues. This is the worst performance I've seen. Now, this guy's hurt real bad. It may not be a threat at all. I don't know. But we're going to rock and roll on him. See how many weapons we have left. We have 4 left. That's just scary. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up those two. It's 49. We're going to remove that one and hope that he's damaged enough that he can't do a lot of harm. We're going to put another weapon on that one and another weapon on that one. This guy is going back up. I don't know why. I want him to come back in here and dawdle about in this area, trying to draw some attention. At 12,000 feet. I said, I'm not sure why he decided on his own to climb back out. Okay, here's our other recon bird. We can slow him down. Maybe he'll see better. And let's get him to orbit the area for bomb damage assessment. Oh, looks like the SA-10 site just bought the farm. All right, all these guys are in the air. This guy needs to F2, come up to military. 480. We're really running out of time. Okay, let's hope that this works. And we're off. More weapons in the air. This guy's coming back around. Come on, you want him. There it is. Stop. There's our unknown. We still have a couple of weapons here. F1. That is 53, right? Boom. Boom. Let's hang on. And they got our guy. Why is he so... Oh, they got the guy who was high. Ooh, I've never seen that. We may lose both recon birds. F2, go high. Go full afterburner. Once he's in evasion, they don't listen very well. F3, go that way. All right, we'll get him out of there. We'll bring... Hopefully this last strike will clear the decks. You know, I don't know this. One of those guys may be radar guided. Well, not that one. Let's add them all and see. I've never done this before. It just passed my mind. No, it doesn't appear so. I think these guys do have weapons left. I think they do have, yeah, they do. There's weapons left. None of those guys are radiating. Okay, let's go. I could have used these guys to really pound this bunch, but this is kind of, Iron Manning this a little bit. Got him. Got him. Now we got two coming in here. Boom, boom. Okay, we've got this one who's hurt really bad. And now these guys, I don't know how far out they are. 480 knots. They got a lot of fuel. F2. Kick it in. We got to get there in time. And those guys are still wanting to cruise. They may refuse these orders. All right, they're picking it up, but I've watched them dial it back, and it could be they're figuring out they don't have enough fuel to get there and back. I don't know. Let's go ahead. This is the last of the strikes. This is the one that counts, and when this gets to 11:06, we got a problem. Let's take that to 15 seconds. Get real close in. Stop. Okay, we still got 10 minutes. If these strikes are successful, then we are golden. Still got to worry about that, but I don't know just exactly how. Hit 9 to get those guys so we can see them. I don't know exactly how effective he'll be with that heavy damage. Where are those guys? I take all that trouble to go zooming in. Okay, here they come. I don't want to speed up too much or we'll miss the fun. All right, this is the runway cratering. We should even be able to see the weapons depart. I've discovered an unidentified. Well, I don't know. If there's another defender in there, I guess we're in trouble. There are the weapons. That's cool. Thump. And very good damage. Thump. Oh, this is outstanding. We did great on these runways. Basically, at this point, it's saying I've won. Both runways are closed. And this is pretty interesting reading. I won't bore you by reading it, but I will do a silent count 3 to let you pause and read it. Okay, well, if you've read it, fine. If not, you can go back and look at it. It's a video after all. Let's let the last 2 strikes go in. Here they come. They should be launching the laser-guided bombs. There you go. They're lasing, they're guiding. There go the weapons. Okay, and they're out. So how well did we do? We got 9 of the Eurofighters. So one of those laser-guided bombs didn't kill everybody, but it doesn't matter because the runways are shut down. And that's the ticket. Now we could take this place out at our leisure with a follow-up strike. Well, there you go. That's how this scenario can be done. It's not the only way. I think if you had played it as many times as I have up to now, it'd be obvious that the Badgers are not required. The anti-radiation missile arm guys can take down the SA-10s and the radars if they are employed properly, which is to say, one, you distract the SA-10 with some laser-guided bombs and get in here and smack some things. And two, you send at least 8 arms on their way. I think it took 10 to get them this time, if I remember right. Might be smarter just to send 10, but send 8. You can always do a follow-up strike, and the results, well, they speak for themselves. Pulled it off. We've lost one JZ8F Finback Bs, because I was cheesy and sent him in low to draw out man pads. If I hadn't, this strike might have been uh, less effective. And yeah, that's a little cheesy. There you go. You know, the thinking guy will realize that I'm playing that game pretty hard. Uh, in any case, the point really isn't uh, the exactly, some of the micro I did. The concept of the mission, how to structure it, that's where it's at. In any case, I think I've talked enough. It's been well over 40 minutes. And that's in this half of the video. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again soon. Hey, thanks for watching. If you click on that picture of very young Waz, you'll be subscribed so you'll never miss another video. Then click on that bell notification button, and please share and comment. See you again soon.